Ito ang Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang naiiba at kakaibang plataforma sa digital broadcast. Mula Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao hanggang sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang sandigan ng sambayanan mula sa walang labis at walang kulang na pagbabalita, paglilingkod, maglalahad ng mga mapagbuong komentaryo at usaping pambayan para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, tuwirang maglilingkod ngayon hanggang sa susunod na henerasyon. Buhay Online, Chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, Chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techie Mommy, si Jaye C. Bautista.
Hello. Happy Thursday morning, everyone. Magandang umaga po at ako'y masayang today because finally kinabit na yung aking internet. Oh my gosh. After waiting for a month ng PLDT, finally came through. Hello, not without grief. Okay. Ito lang ang masasabi ko doon, no? Kasi ang in-applyan ko, actually, I wanted 100 Mbps. Hindi available daw. So, I was opting to get fiber na 50 Mbps. Yung story niyan, nag-apply yung aking fiancé, tsaka yung kanyang cousin, like more than a month ago. Yung cousin niya, 25 Mbps ang in-applyan. Anyway, the very next day, nakabit na kaagad. So, we were following up the whole time, only to find out after 4 times of going to PLDT na yun daw kasing plan na kinukuha ko ay mas mataas ang Mbps, tapos meron yung offer na may mesh, tsaka yung parang boost, tsaka whatever, kasama na yun ng Signal TV, tsaka landline. Hindi pa pala available yung out of stock pala daw yung mesh, whatever. I mean, really, please, PLDT, yung customer service nyo, improve nyo naman, or yung sales people nyo. Tanggap na application, hindi naman pa pala available yun. Dapat sana, nung beginning pa lang, sinabi na nila, kasi pwede ka naman mag-upgrade later on when it's available. But my goodness, I had to forgo doing my work, more than almost 2 weeks worth of work I was not able to do because wala akong internet na mabilis. And really sad about that. Yung pala, only to find out na hindi pala available yung kinukuha kong na speed. Kasi merong certain component yun na out of stock ang PLDT. Please, sabihin nyo na sa mga nag-a-apply, huwag nyo nang tanggapin yung application, just because kung meron kayong quota sa sales or whatever it is, kasi na-permission na kami talaga pabalik-balik sa PLDT only to find out na hindi pa pala available. So, ngayon, ginawa ko, nag-downgrade ako, pinakabit ko yung 25 Mbps, agad-agad kinabit, right? At tapos, meron pala silang promo na nag-boost ng speeds nowadays, na yung 25 Mbps nagiging 75, nagiging up to 100 Mbps. Please naman, ayusin nyo naman yung customer service tsaka yung sales nyo or yung nagtatanggap na application. Perwisyo kasi, tuloy, kaya pumupunta tuloy minsan sa Converge because of that, poor customer service. Okay? Anyway, but today I'm happy because kinabit na yung internet ko. So tomorrow, this is the last day I'm broadcasting from Tita Baby's house. My Tita Baby Del Coro, tsaka kay Cel, who's graciously host me this whole week ng pagtatrabaho dahil sila nakiki-internet ako sa kanila. But Thelma Ilagan, good morning. Thank you for joining me today. And I see a lot of other viewers. I see some viewers, but I can't see the names. I don't know who you are, but thank you so much for joining me today. And still, we're on the subject of guiding people how to adapt into this new normal, anong klaseng situation natin sa work from home or yung mga bumalik na sa trabaho, di ba? Overview this whole week we were talking about how people are coping with this new normal when it comes to work tsaka home life, right? And sinabi natin today we're going to discuss naman yung mga trabaho that are in demand this year, no, in this pandemic situation, right? The best remote jobs that people can have, right? And also still paparipasan din natin kung paano tayo magko-cope up with this, right? So, what are the jobs that nowadays, no, na pwede nating magawa sa new normal? Kasi we talked about all week from Monday till up to kahapon, pinag-usapan natin how people are coming into terms with this reality that almost a year, sa March 22 ba, magiging 1 year na talaga since we had the lockdown. But it's been a year since we had this pandemic situation. And a lot of people are still adjusting to it, no? Myself included. Pero sabi nga nila, di ba? How do we move on from this, di ba? What do we do? Okay, unang-una, we have to adjust our expectations, right? Right? Give yourselves a break, di ba? One of the most important things you can do is to accept that this new reality comes with a different level of expectations, right? So, i-adjust yung expectations nyo. For example, di ba? Lalo na doon sa mga working moms like me, right? And soon to be a housewife. It's not easy to juggle working from home, tapos kung may anak ka, homeschooling your child, right? And then taking care of your husband and your house. It's not easy. Ang daming mga mommies, especially also work at home moms and working from home moms na nasa stress dahil dyan. I think more than anything, yung mga kababaihan ang naapektuhan itong new normal na to, right? So, ang kailangan mong gawin, lower your standards so much that if you fall down, it's a step up. Naintindihan, di ba? Na ibaba nyo ang inyong standards ng konti. Para pag if you fall, natumba kayo, yung gagawin nyo, yung new life nyo is a step up from that, right? So lower your expectations. It's like if you're used to be able, kunyari, if you're used to running a 7-minute mile, and now someone tells you to strap a 50-pound bag over your shoulders and do the same thing, syempre, it's going to take you longer, maybe an hour and a half to run that mile kesa nung araw na wala kang daladalang ganong bagahe, right? Tapos, kunyari, mga mami, if your children are making noise, kunyari marami kayong anak na nag-homeschool, nag-online schooling, tapos iba-ibang schedule na, iba-ibang time, tapos maingay yung anak nyo, or you're having trouble staying on top of everything and focusing. Kasi nga, housewife ka na, nag-work ka rin, tapos teacher ka na rin kasi you're homeschooling your children online. You can say to yourself, that is what I would expect right now. And when I'm trying to multitask everything, diba, without outside help, during the pandemic, you are your own boss, you are your own manager of your own time. No? So, i-adjust mo yung expectations mo. Yun na nga, yung mga mommies, lalong naging super mommies, naging super women tayong lahat in this pandemic situation, right? Anticipate the noise, di ba? And the interruptions. Ako nga rin, nag-live show ako, yung mga ingay, yung mga nagtitinda ng tako, yung mga palanggan at kutsara. Basta anticipate the noise and the interruptions and remind yourself that these are strange times. These are different situations. People will understand and also compromise. They are not, but they're just simple inconveniences dahil sa tawag ng panahon, dahil sa situation, right? That's what we have to deal with. These are simply inconveniences. Okay? Excuse me. For those frustrated by the new limitations, at maraming na frustrate, maraming na nasa stress. on everyday life during quarantine and the new normal. Ito sa mga taong na stress tungkol dito. You know, it is suggested that, you know, you should reset your expectations, right? Kasi kagaya na sinabi ko kahapon, it's a matter of identifying what you can do rather than focusing on what you can't do, diba? Or thinking about what you had as opposed to thinking of what you have now and what you can have now or what you can do, right? A lot of frustration kasi comes from inflexible expectations. Kaya nga, dapat niyong i-adjust yung expectations niyo right? Ano yun talaga? These are really hard times and you just have to do that. We have to adjust our expectations. Kasi nga, iba na ang panahon, right? We are living in a different world right now. Kasi we may have an expectation na dapat we will be able to do everything we did before. Hindi, huwag na natin isipin yun. Kasi alam na nga natin hindi di ba? Ang reality is hindi na nga natin magagawa yung ibang things na nagagawa natin. Like, lahat may adjustment. The normal and ordinary things we used to do are kind of curtailed or adjusted, like yung pagkakain sa labas, pag-attend ng mga parties, pag-hold ng mga events, pag-nanood ng mga concerts, lahat yan naapektuhan at lahat yan nagbago. So, dapat na natin yun tanggapin sa sarili natin, okay? Kasi if we keep holding on to that expectations that we will be able to do that, the things that we used to do before, you're only going to be frustrated. What we have to do, like I always say, and what I've said, is to move on from that and live in this new normal, diba? Consider other things in your life that you expected or hoped for but didn't happen, diba? Diba? Hindi lang naman sa pandemic, marami naman tayong mga things na wini-wish na mangyari sa buhay natin or sana, isip natin, sana ganun na hindi nangyari. So, isipin mo na lang ito as one of those things that didn't just pan out or just didn't happen for you. Kasi, diba? At the end of the day, what happened? You survived it, right? Whatever that was that you wanted to have or do na hindi mo nagawa, nabuhay ka pa rin from that, right? Let's just take this situation as a similar case, right? It's not happening right now, but I will survive through it and I will work through it, right? We are fortunate to even have the things we miss, right? And there are some things that that we can still enjoy now that we've enjoyed before. Yun nga lang, merong certain limitations or considerations, right? And maybe now, kasi we have learned to appreciate those little or simple things that we have now. Mas na-appreciate natin siya ngayon. We'll appreciate them even more pagka, syempre, may hope din natin na bumalik sa normal from this new normal. But yeah, but do not dwell and do not sulk, right? Like I said, do not sulk in it. Move forward. Gaya nga, sinabi ko, be kind and practice acceptance, right? Kasi when you're there in your little hub or kabihol or in the home, pero syempre andiyan din yung mga pamilya nyo, try not to be stressed by it, okay? Kaya nga kasi, practice a protocol of politeness and kindness and patience. Particularly when it comes to your partner, o yun na nga, yung mga iba talaga na-stress kasi all of a sudden 24/7 sila magkasama ng asawa nila o ng mga anak nila dahil hindi nga pumapasok sa eskwela. Dati yung mga work from home moms or mga working moms part-time, umaalis yung mga anak, meron silang time, free recess for themselves to do things that they want para sa sarili nila kasi wala yung asawa, wala yung mga anak na sa school. Tung si mommy, housewife, housekeeper, yun, nakakapunta siya sa yoga classes na, sa Zumba niya, or she can also work part-time and teach. Pero because of this new normal, dito sa Philippines, especially na tayo, ang quarantine natin ay, at lockdown ng mga eskwela ay still existing. Ang mga bata ay nasa bahay pa rin araw-araw. Mas stressful sa mga Filipino mommies and housewives talaga itong panahon na to. I know it. I personally know it, really. Believe me, right? Pero yun na nga, you just have to be patient. A little bit more patience, a little bit more kindness and politeness sa mga kasama natin. I know ako, may an access talaga. Sometimes I'm super sungit talaga because it's stressful. But yeah, don't take it out on the people that you live with or that you work with. Okay? Treat your partner like a total stranger, kunyari, that you want to please. Try to be thoughtful, polite, compassionate, and rewarding. A compliment and a thank you can go a long way. Now I know it because that's really important. Being more accepting of family members will help you keep peace in the home, diba? But it's just as important to accept your situation first and the new normal as a whole. Kasi once na umpisa mo na yung tanggapin, no? Sunod-sunod na yun to follow. Kasi yung mindset mo ganun na. This doesn't mean resignation or resigning to the fact, right? But rather, it's a mas realistic observation to and a coping mindset. Ibahin mo yung mindset mo na ito na nga ang new normal. Na kayo nabubuhay sa iba ng panahon, okay? Accepting the situation is recognizing reality, diba? And putting on a warmer feeling inside because you've accepted it. Na, sige na talaga. Pag gising mo sa umaga, ito na yung realidad mo, no? One year na nga tayong nabubuhay ng ganito, right? People can recognize that it is simply not possible to be on top of everything right now. Talaga, imposible talaga. Pero talaga tayong lalo na mga working moms, are jugglers, right? We are multitaskers, super women. Diba, yun na nga yun. International Women's Day the other day. And the empowered women talaga, yay, cheers to us, right? But you see, we can all work towards accepting this new normal. And as it is, cope as necessary or as how we can, right? We can find ways. Methods of coping can be, diba, problem solving, sharing things, cheering people on. Yun nga, like what I do. This is what I'm doing. I'm trying to encourage people to be more positive about the situation. And that's why I do this online live stream show, because I want to be able to share my thoughts, also help solve problems and cheer people on and encourage people, right? And I hope I'm able to achieve that. Okay, so learning from the experience, reevaluating our priorities, and reflecting on how people coped with this situation is good to do. Okay, yung resilience ng Pilipina naman nakikita in the face of calamity and chaos. Resilient naman tayong mga Pinoy. We spring back from it. Okay, so ano ang mga ingredients for a coping mindset para to cope with this new normal? Adjust your expectations, right? Don't view everything that you had as essential. Tama, hindi lahat ng bagay na normally yung ginagawa noon like essential sa buhay mo. Diba sinabi ko the other day, gumawa ka ng list ng mga functional things that you had before na pwede mo pang gawin in this new normal. Go through that list, all right? Focus on what you can do, not what you cannot do, okay? Because that's dwelling and mulling and sulking. Get out of that rut, okay? Tapos yun na nga, go on a kindness and politeness binge. Be mindful of other people. Be more caring, right? And be more patient. Think of this as a parang bagong bahagi ng buhay mo. A new chapter in your life. Kasi as a new chapter of your life, look at life as a series of chapters in a book, di ba? Ako, yung buhay ko, iba-iba. I'm going through this new chapter of my life. In fact, imagine I'm engaged to be married. At this age, I didn't even know if I was ever going to get married again, no? Kasi I had a failed marriage before. And that's another story. But anyway, yun na nga. And yung aming relationship pa ng aking fiancé ay napagtibay during this pandemic. Actually, last year when we decided, when he decided that we were going to be together forever. Long distance pa kami ng relationship namin ng aking fiancé, and we were mostly connecting online. Yung buhay ko talaga online, lahat nangyari online. Talaga. Kaya bagay talaga sa akin tong show na Buhay Online. So many chapters of my life were made online. Okay? Siyempre, chapters also have an end, which can help you from feeling engrossed in the situation. This is, isipin mo na tong chapter na pinapagdaanan natin ngayon, tong pandemic, meron din tong end. Okay? Kasi if you look at life as a series of chapters, this chapter is objectively, of course, a hard chapter to live, to go through. But we can adjust our expectations, diba? And write our story about how we cope with this chapter in our lives. Yun na nga, life, again, as I say, life is what we make it, right? And we were born with free will. Hindi tayo pwedeng pilitin. Meron tayong free will to decide, what we want, what to do, okay? Anyway, so, pwede nating tignan tong, anong tawag to, yugto ba? Yugto, chapter is yugto in Tagalog. Yugto ng ating buhay as a test, alright? Or a philosophy, kunyari, philosophy seminar siya, kunyari. Imagine a supreme being will call chaos and uncertainty. Ayan tawag natin, kunyari. Bigla tayong tinapunan ng gantong situation, right? How will we cope with chaos and uncertainty? Well, what will we miss and what do we value? So, yan ang kailangan mo i-reflect on di ba? Which is, these times are uncertain times, yes, but one thing is for sure, we have to go on living, right? No matter what the circumstances are, no matter what the situation is, life goes on, right? Life goes on for everybody, okay? Each day that you decide to make positive choices, reflect on your values and cheer on, di ba? Yung mga support natin yung mga frontliners, support natin yung mga kapitbahay natin ng mga nangangailangan. Kung meron kang pwedeng tulong na mabigay or ayuda, well and good. Diba? Tama. Okay? So, yung mga trabaho na as a new normal ang ating tatalakayan. Right? Okay. Siyempre, naapektuhan din malaki, of course, yung education. We talked about online classes before, but in this new normal, yun pa rin, hindi pa rin normal ang pag-aaral. Ayun na nga talaga, aka homeschooling sa mga nanay, talaga. More than anything, yung mga nanay nagkaroon pa ng extra trabaho. Teacher na, nanay na pa, no? Nanay ka, teacher pa, okay? Kasi nga, to date, up to now, our schools are not open for face-to-face. It's still prohibited to have physical attendance in school. Pero diba, tinatry pa rin ng DepEd tsaka ng IATF. Meron silang continuity plan that they meant to that the school year 2021 is supposed to be meron ng mixture yan, blended na ng learning ng face-to-face tsaka online. Ang UST nga, di ba, na-approve na nila yung face-to-face, pero yun, may mga ibang factions na are going against it pa rin, na hindi ayaw pa nilang buksan yung mga eskwela or universities for that matter. Okay? But nagbukas na nag-enroll. Ang anak ko is still studying online, which is, and because of that, internet is really, really a necessity. Yun pa rin, hindi lahat ng tao may computer, hindi lahat ng tao pwedeng mag-aral ng may internet, lalo na yung sa mga far-off places, na remote places, which is nga, modules naman ang inaaral. Yan ang apekto sa atin. It is ng pandemya. It is distance learning, right? Kasi with face-to-face classes out of the picture, the new normal has the new way of educating students, which is yun nga through Skype, Zoom, Google Classroom, Google Hangouts, Moodle, Edmodo, ang dami ng online classrooms. Pero syempre, kawawa rin talaga yung mga pamilya na wala namang computer, tsaka walang internet for that matter. Iba nag-aaral sa cellphone. Ang hirap-hirap, maduling ka na talaga dun. Kung for example, 200 pages of something you have to review and do the homework and pass the next day. You know, there are difficulties really, right? Ang UP, ang University of the Philippines, made their Open University's massive open online courses accessible via their website to facilitate better online classes. Okay? Ang UP yun. Okay? Ang DepEd naman launched their own distance learning platform called DepEd Commons. It contains an archive of educational materials authored by public school teachers. You know, the students can access, review materials, while teachers can reuse, revise, and redistribute educational materials completely online. Noong March 17, teachers have used their platform to conduct online classes. Tapos in partnership with Globe Smart, tsaka Department of Information and Communications Technology, at tsaka NTC, students and teachers can access DepEd Commons for free. DepEd Commons, C-O-M-M-O-N-S. Okay? Yun, apektado ang online school. Tapos, kinento ko kahapon, yung banking, right? Of course, e-banking, e-commerce, yan, lahat, e-shopping, yan lahat. Ito yan sa new normal. Mostly nga talaga dependent on technology and being online, right? Internet. Buti na lang ngayon, may mga unlimited na sa mga cellphones, makakapagbukas ka ng email, makakapag-lesson ka rin somehow, pero talaga mahirap lang maliit, right? Pero because of online and being online, you're able to learn, you're able to do a lot of things like your banking. Kasi nga bawal lumabas, so you don't have to go to the bank at pumila. You can kasi banks naman are fully operational in this GCQ or GCQ. So yun lang nga, you just have to have yung ating mga senior ngayon nagre-repaso na sila ng pagiging tech savvy. Dapat silang natuto, gumamit ng mga app, gumamit ng internet, or mag-text man lang, okay? It also helps that online banking is super convenient even without the threat. Totoo naman Kahit nung wala pang pandemic, nag-e-banking na ako. But all the more now, useful ito for us na ayaw nang lumabas ng bahay. Yun lang talaga ang problema. Like ito, paglipat ko sa Pampanga, ang globe lang signal dito sa aming apartment complex. Wala, as in. Pwede pag sa gabi, from the room, alabas ko yung kamay ko sa bintana, nagkakakuha ng kurap-kurap na signal yung globe. Pero yun, yung internet, lang talaga ang ko. Pero sometimes yung e-banking kasi, ang problema ko doon, e-banking, gagawa mo yung transaction, pero magpapadala sila ng OTP or yung password code, whatever, through your cellphone. Wala akong signal. Lalabas pa ako para pumunta rin sa kanto para ma-receive ko yung code. Yun lang, please. Sana Globe, maglagay kayo ng cell site dito, please. Kakaloka. Nakalabas akong bintana ang kamay ko sa gabi para makapag-text or makausap yung pamilya ko or mga colleagues sa trabaho. So anyway, so there, of course, banking in the new normal is very, very normal and very, very live, okay? Just make sure you get those online banking apps. Tsaka yung mga sarili yung bangko, lahat sila may app na, di ba? Lahat yan, BPI, BDO, Union Bank, they all have apps available so that you can do e-banking, right? Okay. So what are the jobs that we can do in this new normal? Of course, unang-una na dyan is ang pagiging teacher, right? Right? Online teaching is very, very rampant and proliferating nowadays. Whether you are teaching English as a second language, whether you're teaching math or any subject, or it's a good job to have online. Okay? Kasi nga, most everyone is doing homeschooling right? In the Philippines, everyone is doing homeschool. And teachers who can work remotely are in demand, right? Yung online tutor, Kung noong araw pumupunta kayo sa bahay ng estudyante niyo para mag-tutor, ngayon hindi na kailangan. Pwede na kayo mag-Skype, mag-Messenger, mag-Zoom. Ang Zoom is more for groups pero Messenger lang, okay na rin right? Or even mag-Viber or mag-WhatsApp, everything. Pwede niyo na turuan yung estudyante niyo through that. Whether you're looking to teach full-time or part-time, okay, kindergarten or graduate school or computer science or tying your shoelace or paano ka magluto, you can share your knowledge and talents by teaching online, right? Dami-dami ngayon ganyan, courses online, YouTube tutorials, right? And the pay can vary widely depending on what exactly you teach. For example, hourly pay of 250 pesos per hour is okay na for mga online teachers. Mataas na nga yun. Yun lang ang sadness ko doon, mababa ang offer ng mga ESL schools na pag-aari ng mga dayuhan sa ating mga Filipino English teachers. It ranges from 100 pesos to 150 pesos an hour. Pag nakasali kasi sa 250 pesos an hour, okay na yan. Pag nagtrabaho kayo ng 10 hours, that's 2,500 a day. Mahirap ng pulutin sa panahon na to. Even before the pandemic, 2,500 a day as a job in an office for somebody that went to college and only 8 hours a day, mag-commute ka pa, mahirap nang hanapin yung 2,500 a day na pwede mong magawa from your house being an online teacher. Alright? So, think about that. Ano pa? Yung transcriptionist, na-mention ko to, yung mga medical transcription has been happening for more than 10, 15 years already. When I was still living in America, medical transcribers were being hired noon pa, pati data entry, right? And transcriptionist, ang hourly pay niyan, you can do these jobs also kasi not just for Filipinos. These jobs are available online for globally, right? Yung mga transcriptionists, especially, they hire. Average hourly pay nito ay $10. That's 500 pesos an hour up to a high of $20 an hour. If you can listen and type, you can be a transcriptionist, all right? Some positions, such as in the medical field, may prefer applicants with technical knowledge or medical background. Kasi yun ang subject matter nila. Siyempre, mas mataas ang sweldo nun kung mas ma-experience ka, right? But plenty of opportunities, including those at yung reading assessment service, merong thing called Literably. It's a reading assessment service for students from kindergarten to 8th grade. No? Ano pa? Meron pang Paktera Technologies, a global digital consulting firm. It requires no prior knowledge and provide on-the-job training. Paktera Technologies. Google niyan. P-A-C-T-E-R-A. Technologies. It's a global digital consulting firm that requires no prior experience and provides you on-the-job training pa. See? These are the jobs that you can get in this new normal, right? Meron pa, telehealth nurse online, di ba? Telehealth as a company has been growing in popularity. Ang telehealth grew in popularity during the surge of the coronavirus sa America and has gotten an extra boost in demand as the healthcare system was inundated with COVID-19 patients all over the world. Some employers are looking to hire full-time telehealth nurses to answer questions, specifically about COVID-19. Yun ang gagawin mo. Telephone, telemarketing, di ba? Ito, telehealth nurse. Right? So, it is specifically, you just answer questions about COVID-19 and help manage the current healthcare crisis from the safety of your own home. Imagine, okay? Other opportunities are also available for part-timers. Just be sure to check on licensing requirements. For example, the telemedicine nurse practitioner position requires a license in California, New York, or Washington, D.C. Ito yung telehealth nurse online. Bonus points for applicants licensed to practice in more than one of those places. So para sa Amerika yon. Yung mga kababayan na natin na nasa Amerika, na mga nurse, ayan, no? Pwede kayo maging telehealth nurse, right? Anong bayad? $19 up to $42 an hour. O, di ba? Ang ganda, right? So, ating mga kababayan na nurse dyan abroad sa Amerika, so, punta na kayo sa Forward. Ito yung site. FORWARD and apply for a telemedicine nurse practitioner position or a telehealth nurse. Pinamababa mong sweldo, $19 an hour. Not bad, right? Ano pa? Ano pang trabaho? Number 4 is a consultant. Okay? Who's hiring consultants? Many companies are hiring consultants. So I am a consultant for PR and creative marketing for some of my clients. Okay? Ang average pay dito, syempre, commensurate to experience and commensurate to what you can do. Right? Step back from a full-time job and try offering your knowledge and skills as an independent consultant, right? This can be particularly attractive move. This can be an attractive move to sa mga magre-retire na in various industries. You know, you can be a consultant. Sabi ko sa inyo, nowadays, you don't really have to have a PhD, right? In order to be a consultant or a coach. Nowadays, people's expertise and experience means something to some people, right? What you know how to do, what you're good at, could be useful to another human being, right? So, ayun na, mag-online consultant ka na, right? Anyway, so, yep. Kasi, no, doon sa mga mag-prepare, gusto na mag-retire, you know, most of them kasi in the professional world, they become consultants kasi magaling sila sa ginagawa nila eh. So, like my dad, after he retired, my deceased dad, God rest his soul, after that, after retiring from Central Bank as a director of current imports commodities classification office, I think a brokerage firm hired him as a consultant for many years. So, and then you can command your salary pa, di ba? You know, you might even be able to talk to your current employer about transitioning, right, from a full-time position into a contractual role or a consultancy role. Yun na nga, kung ayaw ka pa retire ng trabaho mo, sabihin mo, mag-offer ka, consultant na lang. Ako, ganyan din eh. Doon sa mga nag-hire sa akin, actually, na full-time, I offer consultancy instead, right? So, find these kinds of jobs, ayun again, sa Upwork. Okay, ang Upwork talaga is a good source of freelance jobs. Meron ding flex jobs, check it out, right? Tsaka yung mga staffing agencies, check nyo. Ang bayad dito, of course, it depends really. It can be big, it can, or small, depending on your level of experience and area of expertise. For example, management consultants who help organizations identify strategies to increase efficiency can make from anywhere from $17 to $70 to $170 an hour. On average kasi, the pay scale on the online marketplace totally really depends on what you can offer and the experience, the length of experience that you have, or the wealth of information that you can also give and assistance that you can help a company with, right? So, yung iba naman kasi, kung marketing consultant ka, meron kang retainer, at the same time, may commission ka for any deals that are closed because of your efforts. Diba? Ganun kayo pwedeng magsingil. Alright? Tip ko na yun. The job listing does not specify kasi pay rates, but notes that ideal candidates may have worked previously as general contractors. So, position that pays on average, itong consultancy, it can range between $15 to $65 an hour. Okay? Ano pa ang mga trabaho? Bookkeeper. Yan nga. Nowadays, marami rin yan. Accountants, okay? Online accountants or bookkeepers, right? Who's hiring? Yung mga accounting department ng mga kumpanya or yung mga mayayaman na kailangan ng mga tag-ayos ng libro. Okay? Ang average pay dyan, syempre, depende. Basta kayo nang mag-command ng ano nyo, retainer nyo. Gusto nyo retainer, hindi hourly rate, but an allowance or a retainer is like an allowance, like a monthly thing, right? Ano pang trabaho? It's a virtual assistant. Na-mention ko yan the other day. Virtual assistant, pwede kang secretary, pwede kang executive assistant, pwede kang receptionist, pwede kang, you know, Girl Friday or Gopher or online Gopher ng boss mo. You know, this is providing administrative support from the comforts of your own home. A lot of other countries are now, of course, looking at the Philippines to hire virtual assistants or virtual secretaries or virtual event planners or assistant or mga virtual marketing assistants, right? Because you can provide the support from your home and on your schedule that you want, right? Virtual assistants can perform a range of duties, iba-ibang services, from scheduling to email management to actually answering phone calls to social media strategizing, or ikaw yung kanyang social media manager, pwede rin. I-manage mo yung website or i-manage mo yung social media site ng boss mo, right? And or from scheduling the trips and travels of your boss or your coworkers. Yeah, it could really be you could offer a lot as a virtual assistant. You could do a lot. Depende sa ayun nga, yung kaya mong gawin, right? At yun na nga, secretarial jobs too, like desktop publishing or correspondence, right? Up to media strategizing and event planning. And you can seek to do it full time, okay, through the agencies like you join, like Upwork and all, or independently. Pwede ka nang dumiretso sa mga kumpanya kung gusto mong gawin yung sarili mong marketing. Pero some people nga belong to platforms like Upwork or yung Forma where you can post your your resume para kanila makuha. Those kinds of platforms just require like a certain percentage or commission maybe for you getting the job on their site. Kasi sila na yung parang nagtutulong ng marketing sa'yo eh. Pero like as it is, of course, meron din yung direct na ikaw yung naghahanap ng kliyente, ikaw yung naghahanap ng employer mo as a virtual assistant. And you don't have to lock down yourself into one company, not unless it's a full-time job that you want to tackle. All right? Okay? Ano pa? Number 7, another job that could be lucrative in 2021, online, right? Making use of online, is a focus group participant. Yung FGDs, focus group discussions ng araw, right? Well, who's hiring? Mga consumer opinion services, mga industries na gusto makalaman ng mga demographics at saka mga testings. Ang bayad dito averaging from $1 to $75. Depende rin kung ano papagawa sa inyo. Get paid to share your opinions. O, di ba? Maganda. Magbibigay ka ng opinion, magbibigay ka ng review, binabayaran ka pa. While it's not exactly a job, participating in surveys tsaka focused discussion groups can be an easy way to pick up extra cash. Di ba? Extra rin yan. In some cases, a very little bit. Pay for some surveys can amount as little as $1 an hour, according to a website, Side Hustle. But other opportunities can be more lucrative, like current offerings on yung findfocusgroup.com, tsaka focusgroup.com. They pay between $25 to $75 an hour for participating. So yan. Tingnan nyo yan. Findfocusgroups.com tsaka focusgroup.com. Ano pang trabaho? In this day and age of the pandemic, in this new normal, it's a translator. Average pay is between $10 to $40. Okay? Ang mga nagtatrabaho as translators, as the name says, these workers translate the written or the spoken word. Tama. Depending on the position. Kunya sa Syra.com, Cyracom, naghahanap sila ng mga Swahili interpreters. Okay? Ayan yan. Depende kung anong klaseng translation ang kailangan nila. Philippine, Japanese to English or Spanish. Hindi ko alam kung may Tagalog. Right? But, ang translate.com, okay, offers work on a gig by gig basis, which can give you more flexibility. So, per project. Just know that all gigs are first come, first serve and can pay less than a penny per word. Oh my God. Penny per word. Kasi itong Syra.com na nag-hire ng Swahili interpreters, they're staffing their phones and assisting people communicating with doctors, insurance agents, and even 911 operators in Swahili. Okay? So anyway, punta kayo sa translate.com kung gusto niyo ng translating job. Okay? Ano pa? Writer. Of course, like myself, right? Ako na lang yung nag-aayaw at hindi nagtatanggap ng work. So, dami ng work ko because I'm a journalist by profession. I'm a copywriter too. But at the same time, of course, I'm a media person. I'm a press person. And now I'm a broadcaster. But more than anything, what's important for me is communication. This is my core competence. I want to be able to teach and also to impart and share my knowledge with the world, okay, with the people that need it. Yan ang aking pinaka-importanting role sa buhay. Of course, and of course, being a mom to my son, right? And a wife soon. But okay, pero yun na nga, mahusay ka bang magsulat, right? If you have the ability to put words together and make them flowery or as creative as you can, then you can land a job as a writer in a wide range of industries. Sa iba-ibang industry, kailangan ng writer. Whether you're a new writer or a seasoned pro, of course, the more experience you have, the greater your pay potential, syempre. Expertise sa isang field, whether it's sports, parenting, personal finances, technology, or science, or education, it can also help boost your prospects as well as narrow your job search. Kasi in addition to the full-time opportunities currently available, you can search the many job sites focused on freelance writers, including problogger.com, right? N-Dash and Scripted. Tsaka of course, in an old reliable Upwork. Tsaka sa LinkedIn din, pwede mo rin basta ipaskill mo dun yung resume mo, right? You can also try pitching ideas directly to newspapers, magazines, and other publications. Kung talagang gusto mo magsulat at mag-publish ang work mo, i-pitch mo na, isubmit mo na doon sa mga magazines and publications yung sinulat mo. Kasi gano'n naman yan. Submit ka na submit, tapos pag nagustuhan nila, i-post. And then you start getting paid after your third article comes out. Tada! So yeah, do that. Ano pa, of course, ang old reliable CSR job or customer service representative. They're still hiring nowadays, right? Call centers are still hiring. Make your home a one-person call center. Diba? Pwede mong gawin talaga ang bahay mo na call center. You can assist customers by phone for a variety of businesses in a wide range of industries talaga. From retail to healthcare to technology and everything in between. Nowadays, pwede kang mag-build talaga ng mini call center nga sa bahay mo right? Yun na nga, naisip na rin namin ni Miss Faith talaga and my partner Trina and RD. We wanted to build our own ESL school. Actually, pwede rin pa rin magawa yan virtually. Coming soon yung mga tungkol sa ganyan, right? That's for another day to discuss, okay? So, yun na nga, as I said, you can make your home a call center, a mini call center. You can assist customers talaga from your home, right? You may even be able to give your voice a rest and provide your services online, helping clients via email or online chat. See? Kung ayaw mo ng daldal, lahat na ngayon may mga bot, may mga chatbots. You can also correspond through email, right? Although these jobs are work from home, you may have to live in a certain place talaga na, of course, may malakas na internet, quiet place. Basta yung set up your workstation, okay? And while certain jobs are currently remote due to stay-at-home restrictions, they may require workers to return to the office when it's safe, di ba? Yung mga iba nga pinabalik na sa trabaho, pero marami pa rin work from home. Even the call centers, nasa bahay pa rin eh, yung mostly, most of them. So be sure to check when you're applying, check nyo muna. Work from home yan, o may ibang days na sa office ka. Alright? Ano pa, ito, nowadays, itong contact tracing, di ba, importante, may trabaho ng ganyan, contact tracer. Who's hiring? Siyempre, yung DOH, right? Sa Pilipinas. Sa ibang country naman, Public Health Institute or the CDC. Like social distancing, contact tracer may be a term you've never heard of before 2020. But now, it seems to be everywhere, right? Contact tracing, contact tracer, yung taong gumagawa niya. These disease detectives, ang tawag sa kanila, disease detectives, contact tracers or disease, yung sakit detectives, track down all the people who an infected person has been in contact with. Hindi madaling trabaho to. It's what you call busy work, right? You know, hindi talaga madali because they have to contact each and every person that suspected infected person had come in contact with, no? And let them know about their exposure. You have to tell them as well as what they should do next to prevent the virus from spreading. Contact tracing is considered to be a key step in overcoming the pandemic. This is according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and, of course, the World Health Organization. Kaya nga, that puts contact tracers in high demand, right? In fact, a recent report from Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health estimates that a nation needs about 100,000 contact tracers to help manage the COVID-19 outbreak. Sa Philippines, di ba, pinapadagdagan natin itong contact tracers kasi kulang, right? But you can still complete education, you can still complete this contact tracing sa Pilipinas pag nagdagdag pa tayo ng contact tracers, right? Education and work experience requirements vary depende sa requirement ng mag-employ sa'yo. Pero itong CDC's job posting specifies that at least dapat yung contact tracer ay high school graduate, may high school diploma, and of course, a bachelor's degree is preferred but not a must. Okay? Otherwise, the major requirements include strong communication skills kasi minsan may nagagalit yung mga ibang tao. Kasi you have to be para kang traveling salesman dito. Pupuntahan mo yung mga tao na yun sa bahay na sabihin, oy, baka may COVID-19 ka kasi you were exposed to someone who has it. Diplomasya importante. Okay? So you have to include strong communication abilities, kasi you'll spend most of your time on the phone and closely following a script, right? Computer skills is required, right? And empathy. Kailangan talaga meron kang compassion or consideration sa kinakausap mo. Dahil hindi madali magsabing, oy, baka may COVID-19 ka, kasi nag-attend ka ng party. Excuse me. Si so-and-so ay COVID positive. Di ba? Ma-alarm yung mga tao. So, dapat meron kang emphatic trait. Okay? Be emphatic means yung maging sympathetic ka. Ganun din, right? Being multilingual. Siyempre, multilingual, okay lang yan kasi kung pupunta ka sa mga probinsya. But of course, basically, dapat magaling ka mag-communicate, right? Training naman, they will provide training. Training is going to be provided. Even if you're not planning to take a contract tracer, you can take a free online 6-hour training course. Meron yan sa America. Okay? Okay, next job, the last job that I'll say, tuloy na lang natin bukas kasi wala ng oras, is again, SEO specialist. Connected na naman to sa technology, connected na naman to sa pagiging online. It is SEO again means search engine optimization. This is to help businesses move up in online searches, di ba? Para pag sinearch nila yung pangalan ng company mo, ikaw yung una doon. Hello there, Louis Del Rosario. Good morning. And yes, more power to us. And yes, God bless you too, Louie. Thank you for joining me. So yun, di ba? Gusto mo kasi pag kunyari, ginugol, buhay o online live stream program. Pag pina-SEO optimize ko kunyari, nakalagay doon Buhay Online, Bautista, Buhay Online. Pag yung mga buzzwords na yun, pina-optimize mo, pag nag-search sila ng online shows, whatever, mauuna kunyari yung Buhay Online J. Bautista kasi pina-optimize mo. SEO experts review and analyze websites, identifying content and design issues that could be dragging them down and providing solutions for improvement. Many companies are seeking to fill this kind of position with full-time, part-time, and contract workers. Okay, ito yun so that yung ma-move up yung pangalan ng company nyo pag in-online search siya, right? This is an SEO specialist job. Okay, so okay, like I said, that's the last job that I'm gonna say for now kasi ito na naman, we're down to our last 5 minutes. And of course, in my last 5 minutes, I will wrap up by doing an overview of what we talked about today, right? Today, we talked about the other effects of the pandemic has on certain aspects of our lives. Today, pinag-usapan natin yung education, right? How it's affected education because nga yung mga mommies, especially working mommies, are now triple or more pa ang kanilang trabaho because the students are being homeschooled, they're studying from the home. Ang mga mami naging teacher na rin. At saka yun na nga, yung mga asawa nila, also kunyari, work from home then. So all of a sudden, everybody's there, that the mommy has to take care of these people. But at the same time, kung meron din trabaho si mommy, paano yan? So the thing about it, what to do is of course to relax, right? To cope up with that, don't stress yourself, okay? Try to just relax and be more patient, like you said. Show more kindness, show more compassion for people in this pandemic situation because this too shall pass, right? But we just have to accept the reality of the new normal. Naapektuhan ang pag-aaral. Okay? Naapektuhan din, of course, in a good way, yung banking system. Pinag-usapan natin because now online banking is more convenient. It has been convenient naman even before the pandemic. All the more now. And saka yun na nga, download your personal bank's apps. Available na sila naman. Most of the banks that we belong to already have their apps so that you can do mobile banking and you don't have to leave your house. You don't have to make pila in the long pilas of BDO and BPI. You can just do your banking from your home. Pero syempre, again, importante is meron kang internet, meron kang data. Yan na naman, right? So that's banking, right? And of course, transportation, although may public transport na rin tayo, ayaw na natin muna masyadong lumabas-labas at maglayas-layas, right? And this is, like we said, of course, you have to change your expectations, right? Change your expectations and build a new routine, like I said the other day, right? Build a new routine, change your expectations, change your mindset, because we have to move forward from all this. But thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. Tomorrow, I continue with the rest of the mga jobs that are affected and are effective and are in demand in this new normal. I will continue because there's a lot other jobs that we can do online, that we can do as a freelancer, that we can do as consultants. Meron din naman, of course, mga full-time jobs that we can do online. Bukas malalaman natin kung ano pa yung mga iba-ibang yan dahil marami sila. Pero maraming salamat. And today is the last day. I'll be broadcasting from my tita's home because kinabitan ako ng internet. My gosh, after waiting for more than a month here sa Pampanga, na bagong place na pinaglipatan ko, right? But maraming salamat. I'm not gonna say thank you to PLDT because, hello, I waited so long only to find out na hindi available yung mataas na MBPS dito pa. because wala out of stock yung mesh na whatever sinasabi na yun. But please, wag lang tanggap ng application. Yung pala hindi pa pala available. My God. You had to let me wait for a month only to install one today, after complaining and downgrading my requirement. Agad-agad yung kinabit yung only 25 Mbps na pumapalo ng 75 Mbps kasi meron silang boost promo ng PLDT. Sana sinabi na nila yun nung nag-apply. Parang hindi na ako nag-apply ng 11 days na walang internet dito. And I moved. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. And I hope to see you again tomorrow as we continue life and work in the new normal. Jobs to have and jobs to do in this new normal. Thank you very much and happy Thursday, everyone. And ano bang wala akong birthday greetings because hindi ko alam ang birthday list ko. Si Annie Estioco, my schoolmate from Stella Maris, happy birthday to you. Tsaka si Yams Fernandez, my UP and Gulod friend, happy birthday. Ayan, alala ko rin. Kasi tinignan ko yan kanina sa Facebook. Thank you so much and God bless us all and be safe and please faith, hope, and love. Let that remain in your hearts forever. And as we live in this new normal, the abnormal, new normal. But anyway, life goes on and kaya natin to. Thank you so much for joining me and have a good day and take care everyone.
Inyong natunghayan at napakinggan ang mga makabagong pamamaraan sa mundo ng online sa pamamagitan pa rin ng Broad Stream Cast Communicators. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.
If Tita Heidi, if you're watching, hello, thank you, and Tita Pri and Tita Agnes. Bye-bye.